Hello, and welcome to Gamers Health with Rachel and Tenkar. Like you don't have enough Tenkar throughout the week, but we give you a
Never enough Tenkar.
never enough Tenkar, but this way you get Tenkar with a dose of Rach, so it's probably a little bit easier for some of your stomach. Yeah. So we got a couple things we're going to touch upon. I think one that applies though to certainly a large amount of the people that were probably watching this, part of the gaming community, is prepping for cons when, or even going away for a convention when suddenly you've got restrictions on yourself when it comes to your diet activities and stuff that maybe you didn't have before. And in my case, I've already set up my medications and my, I guess, supplements.
Yeah. I have to do so
for the convention period, because here's the deal. I actually take 8 medication or 8 pills of medication in the morning. Actually 9 if I throw in the metformin. And I take 3 at night. I'm not going to go through the whole list.
Now, did you put the metformin in the box too?
Yes, I did, because
I remember the last time when you kept it separate, you didn't have it for the weekend.
Right. So I already put my metformin in with my my breakfast meds.
Great.
So what's the thing? Well, we're going away from Wednesday through Monday. All right. So that's what, 5 days, 5 nights, or something like that, or however it works. 6 days, 5 nights.
5 nights.
But I'm bringing a full 7 days worth of meds. Now, why is that? Well, besides the fact that my
God
medication.
forbid we get stranded in there.
Right. I have, another day or two of medication that I have with me. But the thing that I had to really think about today was setting up my supplements, because I take my vitamins and CBD for my my shoulder, my vitamin E, my assorted stuff. I take it at night. So I figure I'm taking enough stuff in the morning to get balance to take it at night. So now I actually packed it in to my medicine, my pill organizer. So now even my nighttime pill organizer is nice and full. So, but on top of that, we're going to have to make sure we pack things like Pepto-Bismol and anti-diarrheal, because
we're all prone to these things.
Yeah, well, especially with my medication.
Oh, you know what we have to bring too? What? Those little chewy things.
Oh, the antacids. Yeah, the antacids.
Yeah.
Well. Here's a little secret, folks. When we would go to conventions prior to COVID and prior to the year 2020, knocking the feet out from under Tenkar's Health, we might occasionally drink to excess at places like Game Hall Con. Yeah, when people at the con give Rachel a full bottle of liquor and you can't take it back on a plane, right? You're kind of like, don't want this to go to waste.
We got to finish this here.
Yeah, you no longer have those thoughts. Will I be drinking at the convention? Yes. Will I be drinking to excess? No. Will I be watching my carbs? Yes. Will I be watching my carbs as well as I do at home? Probably not. But that being said, I've been watching my blood sugar, and I've had my blood sugar dip. Strangely enough, you could say that I'm eating so appropriate to being a type 2 diabetic that I've had not just nights. Nights are not too common, no, uncommon. At night, your blood sugar tends to go down because your body isn't going to use it.
Right.
So your blood sugar numbers go down.
So it doesn't have to be ready to fight or flight.
Right. So I've had my continual glucose meter will go off if it goes under 70. And there's been a few nights where it's gone off multiple times. It's never gone below 60. And I think below 50 is like the danger zone. But, we'll keep You know those kids' sippy pouches of juice? We'll keep one of them in the bedroom, so if it goes down, I can just...
Capri Sun, baby.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's that with some...
Yeah, it's fun. I think it actually could be Capri Sun, but...
Yeah.
And we use that, I mean, in a way, my mindset almost becomes, oh, it's a treat. I can actually have real juice. I can have real sugar. Or if I'm going to go to bed and I see my blood sugar is maybe in the 80s, I'll actually have real cookies to give my body some carbs to digest as I'm sleeping to keep my body from going down. Well, on Wednesday, on Thursday, on Thursday, I had to bring my car to the dealer to get some work done. I was amazed it cost as little as it did. But in any case, as I'm leaving the house, my glucose reader goes off. And I'm like, it's like 68. I'm like, oh, all right, I'm at 68. So I guess I'll have the marshmallows that they threw into a free order from Thrive.com. By the way, great market. Going to get healthy foods. These were, quote, healthy marshmallows, but they weren't sugar-free. So I was like, all right, it's candy. It should help me. So I ate two and left the house. And 15 minutes later, it's about to get into the train, the subway, for those of you not in New York City, goes off again. And I look, and it says 57. And now I'm in that holy shit moment of my life because I don't think I've ever seen my glucose go down to 57.
Yeah.
So it means a couple of possible things. It means that I am eating a more appropriate diet. My medication has reached that point. I don't take insulin anymore. It's Jardiance and metformin. So maybe my body is now in this zone because I know the reader's working because when I eat like shite, I'll spike above 180 and actually it makes me feel good. It's like, all right,
it's working.
It's working. So it means when it goes low, it's really low. I actually stopped and had to get one of those bare naked juices. Spent like, I don't know, $4 for it, but for 60 ounces of juice. But I was like, this is going to go right in. And I will be honest with you, I was nervous, especially going through the New York State subway system. Mm-hmm. It's not like, oh, if I have low blood sugar while sitting in my comfy recliner next to me, what's the worst that's going to happen? I'd be like, Rachel, get me some juice, please. As opposed to me passing out on a train. Just happened.
Get rolled by some bombs.
Yes, it actually happened to a family friend of ours, and we had to go and sit with her in the hospital until her blood sugar reached the point where they could release her. I did not want that to be me. Mm-hmm. So, if you are a type 2 diabetic or a type 1 diabetic, it isn't just the worrying about the high blood sugar numbers that's a concern. It's also paying attention to when your blood sugar goes low. Your body doesn't regulate the glucose as well as a healthy body does. So you got more swinginess involved in the process. Mm-hmm. And I'm getting more low swings and less high swings, which again, to my uneducated eyes, would tell me that it seems like I am adjusting. My body is getting maybe the weight loss of over the last year is finally kicking in, and now my body is dealing with blood sugar and glucose a bit more appropriately, which means maybe I'm over medicated. I don't know.
Well, you do go to the endocrine.
I go to the endocrine in July, so
it's probably when my appointment's going to be too.
Maybe this right. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I have to wait till after Texas. I need my 6 month.
Yeah. So you got that. So the idea is going to be at North Texas to eat healthier than
making
usual.
The next best decision.
Right. Which
just because we're there but just because we're away from home doesn't mean that we're away from our health issues. So we still have to make decent decisions for ourselves, Right.
So, I mean, breakfast is not going to be an issue.
That's cool. We can get veggie omelet.
Yes. I can even get meat in it. It's not a big deal. I did it here. We can splurge a little bit. The other thing,
and the fruits.
Right.
Just avoid the toast.
Avoid the toast. Avoid the breads. Mm-hmm. The other issue is for me sodium, but I've been very good with the sodium. I'm not too worried about that. But that does mean that when we eat at the bar restaurant, I gotta watch because they want to toss fries at you. The fries are always coming out salted. I gotta see if my big thing has become at restaurants. I like to substitute a salad for my starch, please.
Yeah, they don't seem to have anything about the restaurants on the website.
Well,
the hotel.
The restaurants are open, so we'll find out.
Well, I mean, like menus and sort of helping you kind of.
But that and then we got food trucks, which
I hope they have that lobster truck back again.
There's a list on the North Texas site. I'll have to,
really?
Yeah, but there's no food truck on Sunday.
I love that Connecticut roll.
And he said, and again, here's just a little convention note for folks. If you don't have a car, you are pretty much stuck at the convention.
Yeah, you're screwed. But
we're lucky.
I'm checking out the shuttle because apparently on the website they said they have a shuttle. When we were there last time we were there, right. They were under construction. So folks, we got to find somehow to go somewhere.
I'm going to let Rachel in on a little secret right now. Okay. Mm-hmm. I don't want to go anywhere. Oh no, I'm not. I'm going to be helping with the con, so I'm not really going to be going anywhere.
No, I'm happy to help with the con too.
But no. But time out.
He's like, no, we don't need you. Get out.
Time out. Bitch. Time out. Don't get all defensive. But here's the secret. Like I was going to say, if you don't have a car, you are at the mercy of the convention. But you're also, if you play your cards right, you probably have gotten to know some people. Over the years, we've gone out to eat at North Texas numerous times with people that, we're friends with, but not extremely close with, but it's a great time to socialize. And you get an invite to go out and, hey, you want to go out and get some barbecue? Don't say no. Don't say no. Say yes. And I'll be honest with you, I'll gladly go out for some barbecue at North Texas this year.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna, at least with barbecue, I don't have to worry too much about the carbs. I gotta worry about the sodium, but again, I have so little sodium in my regular diet. I'm sure I'll be fine. And of course I won't add anything that is high in sodium. But I know that barbecue is often cooked with sodium.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
And the whatnot.
Yeah. But again, it's all going to be it's going to be making decisions that are a bit more conscious of what's going on with that and your food. And exercise, I'm not too worried about because I figure I'll be doing a lot of walking at the convention. So I'm sure my Apple Watch will be telling me, yes, you've got your 400 calories of movement in. I don't think that's going to be a huge issue. So, but again, convention prep is something that we always like, I got to pack for the convention and make sure I have underwear, socks, shirt, your normal stuff. But now I have to add in things like I got to make sure I've got my meds. I got to make sure I got my supplements. I got to make sure. I mean, I'm lucky actually that my glucose reader got changed this Thursday, 2 days ago. So it lasts for 2 weeks. I don't have to worry about it at North Texas. I was worried. I was like, maybe I have to bring one with me to change at North Texas. It's just more stuff you got to bring. And it's just a pain in the ass.
So it all worked out.
It all worked out.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to complain about. Isn't that a beautiful song? Nothing to complain about. Strawberry fields forever. Oh, I didn't check our strawberries. By the way, as a side note, because the health
and the blueberries.
The blueberries are actually they're not turning color yet, but they're getting big.
Oh yeah.
We're in New York City. We're in a borough of Queens. We have a nice garden. The garden is really
beautiful. Great.
I guess after last spring, where I could not really appreciate it, and then after I was hospitalized, it came out at the end of May. I didn't have the energy to really appreciate it. So I put a lot more effort into this garden this year, and it shows. So
it's beautiful.
We had a late lunch. So we're gonna have a late dinner tonight. The dinner's gonna be relatively light, but it's gonna be salad with all various lettuces picked from the garden. Later on in the season, we're gonna have tomato fresh from the garden, but probably at that time we won't have lettuce fresh from the garden because as it gets hotter, the lettuce doesn't grow as well. So we probably won't be doing lettuce at the same time we're getting tomatoes.
And the cucumbers will be coming?
Cucumbers and fresh beans and squash and red bell peppers. So we have, and of course the different herbs. We have a lot going. Oh, and our raspberries.
And the Swiss chard.
I'm not too crazy about Swiss chard.
No, you don't like it?
No, I'm not a Swiss chard person. But these are things that, believe it or not, it's not just good for your physical health because you know what you're eating. You know that there's no pesticides. You know that if you get in the right stuff, you know it's not GMO. But here's the other thing too: it's good for your mental health. It could put you in a good space mentally.
Yeah, it's spiritual because like you grew your food, you saw it come up out of the ground, the miracle of all that, and then being able to enjoy it and take it in.
You reap the benefits of what you planted in it. You know, we talk about and just in terms like, I like to reap what you sow. It was like, well, I literally am reaping what I sow, and I sowed.
It's good stuff.
It's good stuff. So, I mean,
it's not negativity.
no, it's actually, and even with the stuff like I do an Italian dressing, I know what I'm putting into it. I'm not putting any sodium in it. There's no salt. If you get store-bought, you're getting a lot of salt. Salt is a flavor enhancer. So if you're not using salt, you have to use more of other stuff. So I consider ourselves very lucky for the garlic and onion powder. We have Blue Rooster, which is from Glenn Hallstrom's wife distributes it. And damn, that stuff is
cock-a-doodle.
It's spot on. It really does add an extra oomph to the flavor, and I've been thrilled by it. But I like making your own dressing. You know what's in it. Preparing your own salad, you know what's going in it. Do we eat out? Yes, but we also have our steady. We go to our local pub. We have our steady meals because I know what it's going to do to my blood sugar. I know how the sodium content is. I know I'm not having fries. All right, as delicious as they are. The salad is a very delicious substitute. So I'm going to have salad twice today. I had salad with my lunch. I'm going to have salad dinner. So again, it's about making healthier choices. Not every choice needs to be a healthy one. But as I've said to another who was saying, "Oh, well, I guess this is going to be my cheat day." Oh, well, the cheat days don't exist, all right? There are days where maybe you'll reward yourself, but you reward yourself because you did well and you've been following your meal plan, your diet, whatever. You don't say
just binge to be binging.
Right. The thing is, I'm owed a cheat day.
I'm entitled this.
Yeah, you know, that's kind of like saying, well, I'm owed whatever. The government owes me. Did you earn it? If you haven't earned anything, does anybody really owe you anything? So if you haven't earned your quote cheat day, you don't have a cheat day. Or you're just cheating. All right, that's what it comes down to. You can't say
you're off the wagon for a day.
Right. You can't start a new diet. When I say diet, I'm not necessarily talking that
a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle change with your eating habits, right? And you can't just say, "Oh, all right, I'm going to start this new diet, but my first day is a cheat day." That's the wrong mindset.
You can start, but start tomorrow.
Yeah,
and that's fine. Like when people quit smoking, we often ask them to like pick a quit day, and then you help the person plan for what they need to do to be able to get towards that goal and cheat that. I mean, cheat. Quit that day.
All right. This little the mind is working on that one, isn't it, Rach? Okay, I got you. Cheat day. Now, but I mean, folks, again,
I have a headache, so I have a good excuse.
I love you, but folks, really, you've got to put effort into anything of value. I was early today. I was looking through pictures on my phone, and I saw a picture of myself literally 2 years ago today, and I was like, damn, I looked like shit. And I'm not saying I look awesome now. I mean, I still have COVID hair, which means my Mother's giving me my last couple of haircuts, and I'm probably overdue. But there's significantly less of me that I'm carrying around on a daily basis. And that is due to conscious lifestyle changes, conscious changes, not just...
It's work. It's not, I want, so I should have.
Right. It's changing the diet, and it's sneaking in exercise and other wonderful things that, you take for granted that, I don't need to do that. Well, yeah, I didn't need to do that, and that's why I was a fat fuck. And I'm still not thin and svelte. I don't think my build is thin and svelte. But I'm no longer carrying around the equivalent of my niece with me, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So is it like about 60 pounds less than me, so give or take. So that's a good, well, actually 70 pounds less than me from this time last year. But, who's counting a few pounds amongst friends? So now, Rachie, on Wednesday, you did have a medical appointment, though.
Yes, I did.
So let's talk about that briefly.
Okay, I went to the low vision specialist. I think we talked about when we went to the regular ophthalmologist, and so I got a referral for low vision just to see if there were any sort of, other aids out there that I could use for different things, different tasks around the house, different prints and stuff. And they basically told me, like, because they have you bring in everything that you use. And so I had like a magnifier with a couple of different settings, my reading glasses, whatever. And then, of course, my Apple devices. The doctor was very impressed by all the Apple devices that I have, and, how well they work, for people that are visually impaired. So, but yeah, part of the reason why I wanted to go too is because I'm kind of worried, about going back to work and having to work on a Windows computer. Their magnification stuff doesn't really work as well as the Apple, in terms of size and clarity and like sort of page layout. It's kind of clunky, so it's not going to be fun. And I already, I get headaches and eye strain and stuff from, doing the work that I do on the computer now. I think it's only going to get worse when I go back. So, I have to go back there another 4 months just to look and see.
I'm back there to the specialist.
Yeah, to the specialist.
Not to work. You're probably going back to work in about... going back to work physically in the meat space.
Probably by September.
So about 4 months, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, around that time I'll go back to the low vision to see if they are able to come up with any sort of like special computer glasses or something like that. I'm not sure.
Have Rach do all her work in VR, right? It's like, I don't know if that would work for you.
I don't think so, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Just throwing it out there. But again, folks, if you have, like with Rach, she's had this vision condition her whole life.
Yeah, I never had to go through the loss of it.
No, and
that's a whole other set of
well, there's
circumstances and difficulties. Because the one thing that the doctor said, he's like, hey, you're a very adaptable person and you're very determined. So it
was a selling point when I met her.
Yeah.
Oh, the determined part was obvious. It's like, who's this blonde woman walking down the street with this purpose? Because she was trying to find a place we were supposed to meet for our first date. And I realized afterwards she probably couldn't really see the addresses, but man, she was intense. Like, what the fuck? And I was like, I go,
this place called?
I've only really seen a picture of Rachel and talked to her on the phone. This is our first in-person date. I wonder if this is this very determined individual is Rachel. And I went, oh yeah, look at that. It is. Okay. And it could have gone very badly or it could have gone very well. It went very well.
So. Yes.
And we were told that we were a very nice couple today at the local club. So, and you know what? And I'll be honest with you too. If you want to help the mental and emotional health of others, heartfelt compliments never hurt. Then I'm not talking about blowing smoke up somebody's ass, but a heartfelt compliment can really just recharge batteries. You wouldn't be very surprised. And batteries are emotional batteries have been suffering for the last year plus.
They've been kind of overcharged. So
and it's only now
compliments and things like that help them restore.
Right. And we weren't getting the opportunity to do so because we weren't socializing in person, right? How often do you go online like we're doing now? Go, oh, and by the way, John, you look good. Did you lose a little weight? We're not saying that generally online because you can't tell. When you meet somebody in person, you can. And it's how we connect as human beings. It's how we make our is that the kitty?
Is that you?
Scratching with her scratching post.
I see you. Hello.
So
yeah, you're allowed to scratch there. It's good.
Little compliments can go a long way, so long as they are heartfelt. Again, nobody wants you
genuine.
Don't blow smoke up anybody's ass. Nobody wants that. But just mean it and leave it, and don't wait for the thank you for saying such a nice thing about me. If you're saying a compliment because something nice.
There she is. Hi, gorgeous.
Our kitty is just off screen. Let me see if I can catch her.
Oh man.
Of course, Sadie.
Oh,
there you go.
Here she goes.
We're gonna probably get a tail. We'll get a tail.
The
so, we've had Sadie now for over 6 months, right?
Yeah, she came inside in October.
Yeah.
Right.
And she's adjusted.
Screw this staying outside stuff.
She's adjusted very well.
Yeah.
And she is a sweetheart. Now I got a new chair this week. I'm trying to get away from the tail. I got a new chair this week. No matter what I do, the tail goes in, right? Sadie?
It's a happy tail, so
yes,
it's okay.
But, I got a new chair, a new recliner, man-made leather, so pleather, and but it's much more comfortable than my last chair.
It's a very buttery pleather.
But I knew I needed a chair that had arms on it because this kitty likes to hop up and go next to me.
Well, the arm on the other chair that we had was like
narrow.
maybe that thick, and then now she's got this gorgeous.
Yeah, so she's loving it now.
Pillowy
now she's laying down and falling asleep next to it. So she adjusted very.
So
the first night we got the chair set up, she was already jumping into position. I was like, all right, this is a good sign.
And you would think she'd be better with my chair too, because not better than this chair, but I wouldn't think she would have had such a problem with my chair because it's basically the same setup. There's an ottoman in front.
Yeah, but she likes the arms. She likes the arms. So
yeah.
All right, so we had Sadie making an appearance. It's a beautiful thing. So
Did you show them your tail?
Yeah, she did. She didn't show her catty, and it's like
no.
Ashley would have done that. She was good at. Where's the camera? I'd like to get my anus right centered. Mr. DeVille, I'm here for my close-up. But folks, listen, if you're going to be at North Texas next week, Rach and I will be there. Look forward to seeing each and every one of you. I'm looking forward to, and you know what? I'm happy to do a handshake. There we go. Handshake. I mean, I know fist bumps are the thing now. Like my doctors are doing fist bumps. It's like, all right.
Yeah.
It's
kind of funny to have the docs do.
Yeah. It's like, hey, we're gonna do a fist bump. All right. Like, can we do an elbow deal too? But hopefully we get past that. If you're in North Texas, I'll be happy to shake your hand, maybe sit down and have a drink with you. Again, myself, Rach, we really appreciate each and every one of our viewers and listeners, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on the podcast side. You're our motivation to a large extent. We do this. We talk about our own challenges and how we're overcoming them because it's important. It's important to know that you're not alone in these challenges that you're facing. And we are here if you need somebody to listen to you, and if you want to call in the show, it is 347-509-5168. Holy, I still remember it. Wow. 347-509-5168. Or if you're on Anchor, you can use the Anchor app. I listen to them all. I try to get to them all. And if you don't want us to put it up on the air, we won't. Folks, on that note, as always, and I'm sure I'll when I stop having to do this, it'll be a beautiful thing. We are still in the midst of the world of COVID. So Rach and I are both immunized. We both had comorbidities. Word I never heard of until the word of COVID. But
I guess that's true.
But we both had other health issues that made us more at risk. So we are fully immunized. I am not saying that you need to go out and get fully immunized. I'm not saying go out and get your shots. For us, it was the right choice. For you, maybe it isn't. But I am going to say use your common sense to keep yourself, your loved ones, your family, your friends healthy and safe. Be safe, be well. God bless. Roll those dice. Knock on wood lightly. I will be back again tomorrow. And Rach and I will probably do this.
From Texas?
From Texas.
Oh.
We'll do a live stream.
Wow.
Maybe we'll grab somebody to do it with us in person.
Ooh. We'll have to do some recruiting.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
We'll find somebody. Yeah. Maybe we'll find a healthy person like I don't know.
Laramie's not going.
No, Laramie's not going, but I'm trying to think of. There's a lot of healthy people in gaming. Why can't I think of any? The ones I do think of, like Tom Tolis, is in pretty good shape. He's just mentally unwell.
Whoa!
I love Tom. Got to be able to say that. If you don't, he'll say it to you.
See, now he's going to want to come on and rank you.
That's okay. I'm sure he'd have to hear about it first. So, all right, folks. If you're going to be at the con, we'll see you next week. If not, we'll talk to you probably next Saturday.
Take care, everybody.
All right, folks. Laters.